Hey guys, what are the news?
Blaspheme! News.
Let me show you who I am and what I'm here for. Here for. Hey! Trying to reach inside of me, trying to drain my energy. Let me show you just what I'm made of. Simple curiosity, trying to take a bite of me. Let me show you just what I'm made of now. Trying to reach inside of me, trying to gain my energy. Let me show you just what I'm made of.
Alright everyone, welcome back to another episode of Team Yuma vs. Tails. Here we are, once again tonight, and we have the impeccable Devar Arkvaron
Miladies.
with the burning soul, and Ross Ferris, who nods and did.
And 8.
Yes, he's eating snacks, the unprofessional buffoon, and of course you have me.
Loudly in one of my recent videos.
I can still hear you! And of course you have me, Madhog, thy master of fire puns.
Which you're not very good with.
Yes, that's the joke. Thank you once again for pointing that out, you genius. So we are at chapter 3 of Tales, and, well, Ross, you complained about my 90s comic style of narration.
Yeah.
You will be glad to hear how chapter 3 begins.
Uh-huh.
And by that, I mean you will start reading.
Oh, you want me to start this off? Is this just in protest to me eating?
Yes.
I see.
I guess it's also payback for you ruining his moment with that SPO and Tails moment.
No, that was...
Don't worry, I'm sure I can do far more than that.
Yes, I'm sure you will, and I'm waiting for that.
Okay, let's get at the start, okay?
Okay. Run! Run faster! Don't stop!
Don't stop the rock. Don't stop the
The
rock.
rock, you can't stop the rock.
Don't stop the rock. The rock.
These were the thoughts of a little lost girl.
By the
They're
way,
coming.
I should
They're
say,
near. Hurry!
this is all in italic and bold.
Well, that's why I'm trying to put urgency and emphasis in my voice. Indeed, they were coming for her. She was lost, tired, terrified, ellipses, alone. While running, she could still see the faces. Her parents. Smiley and reassuring at first.
Smiley!
And lifeless then.
Battered and lifeless then.
Then, I should say, sorry.
Yes, Dan. It's not spelled correctly.
And now, it was her turn. Run. Run faster.
Okay, this is starting to sound like
a Frank Miller comic.
oh, like the first draft of a Linkin Park song.
Don't stop. Must
The
fight.
Rock.
The freedom fighters must live. And now, they surrounded her. She was trapped and hopeless. She was as good as dead. But not alone. Someone came for her. Someone killed the shadows. No, don't kill the shadow. She's adorable.
Shadows in plural. So, more puppies.
All the
No!
puppies.
Someone saved her.
Oh, good. Someone saved Shadow. You don't need to worry, Ross.
Yes!
No, actually, they killed the shadows and saved Cosmo.
No, someone went to kill the shadows, but saved the shadows instead.
Okay, so that's Ross's Fairies head canon right there and then.
Exactly. She could see him clearly. It was a fox. A kid of her age or so.
This sounds totally familiar.
Eyes. She felt protected. She felt safe. She felt slightly turned on.
No, Ross. Bad Ross.
But then she felt another shadow. A big, scary shadow behind the kitsune's back.
You want to guess what the shadow is?
I don't know.
Read on.
Sorrow, hate, rage. Once again, she was terrified.
Yes, that's the shadow in question. It's a symbolic shadow. Ooh.
Ooh.
By the way, this pretty much counts as a recap for the previous chapter.
Isn't that wonderful, everyone?
Christ, that was actually harder than I thought was going to be to do
That's only
voice.
because you made it harder for yourself. Nobody asked you to read it in the Frank Miller-esque voice.
It's totally called for it.
Well, that's true.
Anyway. I thought Ross was about to walk away in protest to him talking like that.
Anyway,
Sorry, I needed water.
Okay, so who should go? So who's next then?
I'm going to go. We don't have Taylor, Wyatt, and Matty tonight, so the rotation will be far more smooth than that. She was having a nightmare. No doubt about it. She was agitated and mumbling something incoherently. Well, just
So
like the
Count
story.
of Lost Souls is bullshit.
Yeah, no, Lloyd Irving, no.
Well, I was going to say just like this story, but that's suit yourself.
I think that's a given,
it's-
Madhog. You don't need to say it.
I know, I thought this was my show and my story, but if you want to steal the spotlight, please go on. I don't care.
This is as much the Voss show as yours.
Then what are you doing here?
I'm the special guest star.
You're a special case, all right?
He's a special fairy.
Special.
Only a few words happen to be comprehensible.
That's the statement of the year.
That's too easy. Mom, Dad, the Shadows, Freedom Fighters, and Run. That's the comprehensible words. I agree, that pretty much summarizes the previous poem. She was indeed troubled.
So in other words, you could have just deleted the entire thing beforehand.
Section.
And
Well,
just...
no, you see, she was having a nightmare. That's how I convey that she was having a nightmare. And then I say she was having a nightmare. Brilliant.
You know what? Just carry on. We'll just let you go.
Okay. At the right side of her bed, her savior was keeping an eye on her.
Creepily, my ad.
Yes, it's about to get even creepier. Caressing her soft green hair and trying to comfort her sleep.
Bad touch. Bad touch.
Oh my.
You know, Yeah.
I don't even need to touch that one. That basically is just like bad touch all the way. If he wasn't 8 and she wasn't. Can plants age like normal people? Or normal creatures?
I think she does age all at once at some point. So I think yes. But even if she weren't to be a child, she remains a plant, which means that Tails is basically reenacting Mark Wahlberg in The Happening.
What? No.
Yes, yes. Don't worry, I'm just here to caress you creepily, you beautiful plant. And then fanfictions were written about Mark Wahlberg and the plant.
I bet they were, sadly.
Yes, they were.
Oh no.
The Kitsune's day has not been one of the best. You could say that.
Yeah, he lost his
Wow,
house.
understatement.
So many understatements tonight. In fact, to say that it was his worst would be considered an understatement. Well, now this sentence could be very much considered an understatement. He has just lost his parents and the house, but also the house. Because we
The
have
house,
to,
the
we
house
have
is
to
the most important part.
yes, we had to hammer that joke hard as we could possibly do. That way, it will start being funny.
Meme.
Oh, somebody activated the meme siren.
Meme.
They have been killed by a crazy dictator emperor of the world wannabe.
Dictator,
just-
emperor.
How's he like wannabe? I thought he was pretty successful at it.
No, he just took over a couple of cities, really.
Can you be both a dictator and an emperor at the same time?
No, he's currently a dictator, but he wants to be an emperor of the world want to be.
Oh, I get you now. It's just that I put them together rather than thought of them as separate.
Just for the heck of it. That's his motivation. He wants to conquer the world just for the heck of it.
Not because he feels he's uniquely qualified because of his brilliance or his vast robotic army or the fact that he has some kind of racism against the Mobians and believe them to be a significant threat. No. It's because it was just for the heck of it.
That pretty much summarizes it, yes.
When you put it like that, Ross, it sounds completely stupid.
It
Well-
sounds like this is an extremely shallow character that is so goofy that there's no way that you could potentially make him interesting at all.
Yes, just like the real Eggman.
Touche, although he is pretty much played up as more of a goofy thing than an actual threat in most of the games.
Yes, well, he's supposed to be other entity, the enemy that attacks you because it's just the enemy. It's like the orcs in Lord of the Rings. You don't know why they're evil and they're attacking you. They just do. It's what they do because they are orcs.
Alright, let's get...
I can start to see why you like Psychano now.
Okay, let's just get on with this.
That has nothing to do with it at all, but okay.
Wait, what?
So he's a dictator, emperor, wannabe for the heck of it. Just forget it back at the kid. Oh god.
Wait, just forget it back? As in...
Forget it back! Just forget it back!
Just forget it back
So
at
he-
the kid.
So
Oh
he
my God.
so he forgot that he had to get back at Tails, but still did.
It was supposed to be.
That's right.
It was supposed to be 2, not 4. Wait, no, maybe it's 1. Oh, my math. Plus, the mad scientist has threatened to destroy an entire city unless he got back his little plant in quotation marks, which makes me feel very dirty.
I think
His little
everyone feels dirty.
plant, his little plant.
We made that joke already.
Yeah.
Also, what's with everyone's obsession with plants all of a sudden? Is this becoming a thing?
I don't know, Madhog. Is this becoming a thing?
Yes!
It's
Emphatically yes.
it's because he's a
Because I
big
don't
fan
wanna
of
think
Cosmos.
things and plants. Please no.
Of course, Tails knew of who Eggman was talking about. Of whom? Damn it!
Minor error, all things considered.
Yeah.
Continue.
Ellipsis. The questions were the usual. Why he needed her. How the doctor was going to destroy a city who happened to be the most impregnable in the Mobian country.
What?
What, Station Square is impregnable?
In this version, it is. They build a wall, a giant wall to keep all the Mexicans out.
And all the Titans out too.
Okay, so you had Attack on Titan on my Donald Trump reference. Thank you for that.
Yes, let's reference a liar and a
Well, hey,
businessman.
it could be the White Walkers. Take your pick.
I think I'd go with the White Walkers, Bob.
but I don't know, how if he drops a nuke onto Station Square like he did in Sonic Adventure?
What the hell are you talking about? A nuke?
A missile. I think he's talking about the missile from Sonic
It's a
Adventure.
mi-
It was a nuclear missile.
Okay, carry on, please.
Well, obviously he can't, otherwise he would have done that already. Okay.
And
so,
why?
where was I?
And why he conceded?
Oh, yeah. And why he conceded... What the hell is this? And why he conceded a week of time for accepting his proposition, in quotation marks.
And question
marks. There is a lot of double meanings in these words today.
Yes.
So, apparently, Eggman is looking for personal favors from Tails.
Perhaps, just perhaps, some, if not all these rather interesting questions...
They aren't very interesting.
would find an answer when she would awake. Oh my god. When she would awake from her nasty dreams. Until then, the kid would have never abandoned her side. Again, there was this sensation that he had toward her, but he couldn't quite recognize it at the moment. But he would, eventually.
Because I'm the narrator, and I know these things. Before the characters do. Seriously, that's what it comes off as to me, this particular line.
Yeah, that pretty much is what it's supposed to be coming across as.
Oh my gosh, you went that route? You didn't want people to...
Was the narrator supposed to be Tails from the future telling the story to someone?
Not exactly. Anyway.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you a very long story about how I met your mother.
Oh god.
Yes, by the way, your mother was a plant, and I was Mark Wahlberg up until I changed my name to Miles Tails Prower because I had to hide from society. And then the children say in unison, "What? No!" Okay? More happening jokes that I'm comfortable with tonight.
Okay, so I take it this is my turn now?
Yes.
Alright then. The main room of the FF, which still sounds stupid, Mystic Ruin Operational Base was...
Well, if it sounds stupid, then say double F.
Final
Double
Fantasy! Final Fantasy Mystic
Double
Ruin
F
Operational
okay.
Base was... right now quite crowded. All of its inhabitants, except for their leader and Tails, in brackets, were in it, watching and talking at the computer's big screen. Wait, there
Oh my god, and now you have more dialogue not attached to any character.
I just love this.
No!
I love this.
You should be able to understand who's saying what just by, reading the descriptions inside the dialogue quotes, but yes. Yes, that's
Anyway, I just love how they said talking at the computer's big screen.
the computer's big screen. Ooh, technology.
Yeah.
Computer!
There's nothing on it. It's just a screen. Anyway, I'm trying to figure out who this is.
Okay, so this first is actually a new character, which I'm going to voice.
Okay, you do that.
So, he threatened to eradicate Station Square?
Why do you make them all sound like Paul Bear?
No, the more important question, Ross, is why not making them all sound like Paul Bearer?
I think he fancies him, Ross.
Apparently, if you love him so much, why don't you marry him?
Because he's already taken by Grigner the Barbarian. You're not up to date to our readings, it would seem.
Okay, let's carry on, Madhog.
Okay, so, he threatened to eradicate Station Square if his request would not be fulfilled. That sounds like an empty menace, even for Eggman.
Empty menace?
Empty threat, empty menace. It's synonym.
Empty
Okay.
threat but still sound more logical.
Well, empty menace, you could say it's a phantom menace.
Yeah, no one's going to come to your side on that one. Okay.
Wah, 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 wah.
It's what we thought at first, but you know that the doctor has been quite silent until today. Maybe he has come out with something new.
I understand your preoccupation, Blaze. That's why I contacted our field agent. You should be able to call me back in an hour or so.
With the Mobian cell phone network.
and all the wrist communicators on vibration.
Yes, and
Do they get 3G reception in the middle of the impenetrable forest?
Let's go with yes.
Oh dear. Anyway, that would be wonderful, Princess Acorn.
Yep, it's Sally Acorn. She's just been introduced.
Hold on, wait a minute. That line was Amy's that he stole. I'm technically Amy, I think.
No, it's Blaze.
But the princess just said Amy.
No. When did she say Amy?
The next line. Look.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, I get you now. So both Blaze and Amy in the room.
No, wait, everybody stop.
This is why you need to show who the fuck is talking.
Okay, so Sally Acorn was talking to Blaze, then there is the next sentence, which I thought was Blaze, but apparently it's Amy, judging by the very next sentence, again from Sally Acorn.
Ross, do you want to explode first, or should I?
I want all explosives to be localized at Madhog's location.
No can do. I'm not a princess anymore, Amy. Please don't call me like that.
Sally Acorn, former member of the Royal House of Acorn, which was the ruler of the city-state of Mobotropolis, the city of tomorrow, before the coming of Eggman, was well known for being a strong woman. Wait, Eggman was a strong woman? Oh
No,
wait, Sally Acorn's the strong woman.
She's also the furry's first choice.
That sounds like a coffee advert. Fairy's first choice.
Furry's first choice.
She was the one.
Double FC.
She was the one who created the Final Fantasy militia.
No, it's not the Final Fantasy militia.
That's right, it's the double F Cup militia.
And her importance was fully recognized in both Mobius and the United Federations. In brackets, the human countries also known as Overland. Close bracket.
Yes, I called the human countries Overland because I could.
She was no more a princess, that was true, but her accomplished merits were far greater than her old role. After the rise...
Oh, you mean, you know, the old role of basically sitting around and being cute and pretty like all princesses?
And talking to Nicole, her little communicator machine thing?
I do not have Nicole in this story.
You don't have Nicole?
No, I did not know what to do with Nicole, so no Nicole.
You could have that be her cell phone.
Well, no, never mind.
It's more trouble than it's worth.
After the rise of the Eggman Empire, all the Mobian regions decided to become one whole nation. Mobius, of course, in order to be stronger and better prepared to counterattack Eggman's robotic menaces. which didn't go so well last time.
Apparently.
This young nation
Wait a minute, if they have a standing army, then why do they need the freedom fighters?
Well, you see, the freedom fighters are like a task
Are they like
force.
a special black ops unit or
Yes,
something?
they are a task force, basically. That's made of very, very special kids with particular abilities. It's like one
But
of
then
those
how
secret...
come they don't cooperate with the standing army?
Because they do recon missions, mostly.
Okay.
Reconnaissance, you mean?
Recon is diminutive for reconnaissance, so yes. Scouting, reconnaissance, infiltration, all the sort of things. Collecting info.
Oh.
You know what task forces do?
Are we gonna have this conversation?
Yes, apparently. Let's move on.
This young nation was currently ruled by a 5-person council.
Why do I keep saying persons? It sounds so weird.
Each
It is.
Each member of this lodge has been chosen by his/her merits. You could have just said there. Or political position.
So I basically contradicted myself immediately in this sentence. So this 5-person's council is formed by people who deserve to be there. But no, wait, we have also those with important political positions. So never mind that. That's...
Jeffrey St. John, an old Mobian skunk, a military...
Oh, that's actually a real character from the comics. I know that.
Yes.
Yes, a military general and war veteran, the oldest member of the Council of Tomorrow.
Before you say anything, Ross, I know he's not supposed to be old in the comics, but I made him old here.
I have more important things to nitpick, so go ahead.
You will be happy to know who's the next member of this council. You will love it.
I think everyone will love this. Antoine Depardieu, a coyote son of the...
I'm sorry, actually it's pronounced Depardieu.
That's what I said, Depardieu.
Oh, you said Depardieu. You said Depardieu.
Oh, yeah, you would probably... Why did you even include that character?
Because it was from their cartoon.
And also, why would you ever give him a position of power?
Honestly, because he's a coward, so it's a perfect to be a politician.
Basically, he was a mildly racist French stereotype that was there for comic relief in the Sonic Sat AM show and the Sonic comic book.
Like I said, it's perfect for that position.
Well, who wouldn't hire him into the highest position when he could make terrible Arnold Schwarzenegger impression jokes? What, no one remembers that episode of Sat AM where he did that?
No, I do not remember that.
Seriously? That happened?
It doesn't ring a bell.
Anyway, a coyote.
It may have happened, but it probably was so stupid it literally clawed its way out of my brain immediately.
Well, yes, he did it
Ross, are you playing up with your phone again?
Someone is Facebooking me.
Facebooking Ross.
Yes, it happens.
Alright, let's continue. A coyote, son of a very influential politician.
And that's why he's there.
His membership was practically a birthright.
Again with this birth gifted shenanigans.
People don't do anything to deserve it. They are just giving it for being born a certain way.
Well, at least this guy does.
Look, he was born with a diaper. We give him a very fine position of power. Okay, Maximilian Acorn, the former monarch of Mobotropolis.
Of the future, you say that one more time.
And of course, his daughter, Sally Acorn, the only woman in the lodge. I don't know why this is kind of weirds me out slightly.
Because I say woman and she's an anthropomorphic squirrel. That's why it sounds weird.
No, those are normal to me, those two things.
Okay,
anyway.
Okay. Before we continue, Ross,
Yes?
I need you to sit down and fasten your seatbelts because the next sentence might actually completely eradicate your mental faculties because we're about to unveil the last member of this lodge.
I'm here.
Okay. Tamar, please go on. Tell us who the last member is.
The last member was strictly recommended by GUN itself. It was not a Mobian. He was a human by the name of Snively Robotnik.
I wonder if there's going to be a traitor in this alliance. If so, I wonder who it could possibly be.
Jeez, this is so...
You are being so subtle with this pick.
Okay, so in the context of this universe, because I need to explain this, I said they know nothing about Eggman. They don't know he's a Robotnik.
What?
First of all.
So no one knows his full name is Ivo Eggman Robotnik?
No, they don't know yet. They might learn that in the near future. And Snively here, even though he's the only human, he was put there by GUN itself, which is the army of the country they have allied themselves with in order to face the common threat of Eggman. So from a political, militaristic standpoint, having Snively here makes sense. Well, at least having a human, and that human just happens to be Snively, but that's another can of worms altogether.
A very confusing one. I mean, they're all rainbow coloured. How am I supposed to make sense of these worms?
He was
And I'm just looking at this, I'm just like, wow. You really were not subtle about this at all.
No, I was not.
You're just like,
I imagine everyone screaming at the fanfiction going, "Traitor!"
Oh, come on, guys, you're being racist just because he's the only human.
No.
it's basically that moment when you're playing D&D and you're seeing obvious succubus and your character doesn't know what that is, so you can't call it out in game.
Also, if I remember, I think Madhog's right in this case to do this because the fact GUN were never ones to, even in the regular Sonic franchise, to make sound decisions ever.
Oh, they were stupid as fuck.
Anyway, back to the fanfic. Officially, his position in this council was for guaranteeing the respect of the rights of the resident humans in Mobius.
Well, this is a very convoluted sentence.
In reality, GUN didn't like the idea of a unite Mobian nation. Their fear was that of a unite nation of Anthros would be able grow too strong.
That's right, they would be able to grow too strong. We'll use Hulk grammar.
For that reason, They insisted.
Okay, it's supposed to have a Y here, so it becomes they, but it doesn't, so it's just they.
They insisted, or better, demanded, a human in the lead along with the other Mobians. Since it was in the national interest not to cause a diplomatic accident.
Yes, it was a diplomatic car accident, you know? That's... Accident!
The newly...
Incident, maybe.
Yeah. The newly born Mobian Council accepted the compromise. Right now, however, the matters were different. Sally Acorn's face was visibly troubled. Not only for the worrying news she just received, but for the conditions of her favorite soldier, too.
Oh, guess who that one is?
Oh, she's playing favorites. Oh, jeez, it has to be... Oh, it has to be Amy, you know, because...
Clearly Knuckles.
What do you say, Bruce?
I said it's clearly Knuckles.
Knuckles is not in the story yet.
Knuckles is the blackest of black operatives. Only Sally knows he's part of the Freedom Fighters.
What? Sorry, Ross, what the hell are you talking about?
I think he's...
I'll make up my own headcanon.
Also, can you really imagine Knuckles having to do with anything that requires stealth, precision, and subtlety?
He digs!
He digs in the ground.
Yes.
And then he punches the shit out of anyone.
That's very subtle. Nobody will ever notice that.
Well, that's how everyone plays Metal Gear Solid.
Pretty much.
And now I cannot help but imagine Knuckles in Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, punching the crud out of all the Patriots.
But very specifically the version of Knuckles that I have written here.
Okay.
Which is memorable, to say the least.
We will see.
So you're basically making him, like, mentally retarded.
No, anything but that. But I am going to make him memorable. Just trust me on that.
Okay. Since the day they met, the day in which she and her father were saved from those badniks, by the unexpected courage of a young fox cub. Oh, geez, I wonder who it is. Sally and Tails became very close. Ah, it's Tails.
Chicka bow wow.
You could just, wait to finish the sentence, then you would have your own answers. Your questions answered.
Close indeed.
She wanted to know better for her little hero. And he found... Oh, gosh, sorry, I just don't know what made me laugh there. Okay.
I know what's making you laugh. By the way I write this thing, it seems like everyone is having an affair with everyone, honestly.
Basically.
Well, to be honest, I have a theory that everyone's cheating on everyone, so it works.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's not your theory, that's how, basically, the entire process of Sonic the Hedgehog characters shipping seems to work out.
Naruto
Pretty
shipping, Bleach shipping, really, anything, really.
Why do you think I don't read shipfics?
She wanted to know better.
They are 90% of all fanfictions.
Yeah, notice how I don't read a lot of fanfiction. I wonder why.
She wanted to know better her little hero, and he found his first friend.
It's a special friend.
And gets the funny kisses.
At some point, Sally will actually adopt Tails as her son. So what you're saying right now is wrong in all sorts of manners.
Or it's so right in some cases. I'm kidding.
Yes.
Anyway, in a certain way.
Well, I have nothing against that, but that's not happening in my story. That's
Yes.
what I'm saying.
So essentially, Madhog has wrote Shota. Furry Shota.
No.
Interesting.
Well, no, I have not. I definitely have not.
Can we carry on, guys?
Yes, please.
I feel like we got more sidetracking with just the two of you.
Yes,
Yay!
that happens.
In a certain way.
Oh, for Christ's sake! Why do I have to write in a certain way? Of all things, there are not enough innuendos floating around in this freaking paragraph.
Well, you were in college at the time, so you might have said things by accident.
I was also in a very dark place at the time.
In a certain way.
A certain way, yes.
One could say that they become close enough to be considered brother and sister.
Russ, before you say anything else, I would invite you to really, really reconsider it.
No wonder.
I got nothing. There's nothing wrong with the relationship between a brother and sister. What?
As long as he doesn't brush her teeth. No wonder that the squirrel lady was concerned about Tails' conditions.
Bullshit! She's a squirrel girl.
Also, conditions.
No. He was
I demand you call it as such.
Sally Acorn is not just a regular squirrel girl. She's the amazing squirrel girl.
But she's not the unbeatable squirrel girl.
I wanted to say unbeatable. I confused her with the amazing Spider-Man. Go figure.
and we lost Ross to his waifu.
Basically.
Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna reread this again because I find this funny. No wonder that the squirrel lady was concerned about Tails' conditions. So he has
multiple conditions.
all the conditions in this. And the fact that he wasn't present at the current meeting was preoccupying her even worse. Although her feelings, the good of her people, came first.
Wow, you're making this sound really bad.
I know.
Look, she's just pining for Tails right there. She was like, I wonder what he's doing.
Okay, we have a dialogue here.
Why don't you text me, Tails? I'm so lonely.
It's completely platonic, you guys.
When have you gonna leave that house of yours?
Oh wait, it's dead.
Now she could swoop in.
Leave that house and get with a real girl.
Okay, dialogue.
I think
It's Sally.
I've just informed my father and the rest of the council about the situation, and a decision will be taken. I'll call you later for further information.
We need all the information.
All the conditions and the informations all together in peace and harmony at last.
Farewell, and bring my salutations to young Miles.
She said with a bit of sadness in her eyes before closing the communication.
Which was not on the wrist and vibrating.
That is probably for the best.
Now what?
Asked an unusually non-obnoxious Amy.
Really? Because she sounded very obnoxious right now.
That's her non-obnoxious tone. She gets more obnoxious than that.
Well, I don't blame you both for thinking that about her. It's your conceptions of her.
It's not our conception. She's being written or not written at all in all of her game appearances up until Sonic Boom.
Really, her obnoxiousness is her primary character trait.
well, that and Sonic.
Alright, let's carry on. We wait and burn some time.
Oh.
Blaze, the master of fire puns.
Also, I like how Ross's groans, almost matched the CSI Miami intro. But like you more, I'm so sick of this crud.
Well, you better get used to it.
Responded Blaze before realizing how bad and inappropriate her pun was.
Aren't you happy, Ross? She acknowledged your complaint in the form of inhuman growling.
Yeah, Blaze, how could you say a pun at this time? Everyone thinks you're a monster now.
Indeed.
Tails has just...
I think that all the time.
Tails has just witnessed his family's death through a raging inferno of flames!
I fell down into a burning ring of fire.
That's a nice one, Ross.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I salute you for that.
So
I should say, I'm actually quite content with this expression, raging inferno flames, because, it's an inferno, so you need to specifically explain.
Make sure that you know it's an inferno of flames, not an inferno of Mexicans.
Not a towering inferno. It's an inferno of flames. It's a fire made of flames, basically.
Not a fire made of cold stuff, like ice. Or Donald Trump.
All of a sudden, she felt horrible for having those powers. The powers of puns.
Okay, so I try to characterize Blaze as this complex individual that does not quite know how to properly convey certain emotions or be appropriate to certain social etiquettes, which links to her own tragic backstory that's yet to be revealed in full. But you can see the result for yourself.
Those cursed powers that she'd never asked for. The very same powers that caused her and the others so much pain in the past.
By the way, this is a festival of ellipses, I should point out.
Steve.
Yes, lots of Steves.
Will you excuse me for a moment? Said the feline woman with a hint of sorrow, and then she left the room.
Blaze.
Whispered Amy under her breath, somehow understanding.
Blaze, I'm coming to your room later on.
We'll bang, okay?
I like the fire. It's hot.
Oh gosh, I can't help but think of Amy as Commander Shepard from Mass Effect going, we'll bang, okay?
Oh no.
Let's not go there quite yet.
Espio muttered something too. Oh my gosh, the silent person talked.
Not really.
Espio's the silent protagonist. There we go.
No, he's the silent ninja type. Much like Snake Eyes from G.I. Joe.
They were all in the same boat. The love boat.
Well, at this rate, yes.
I could have made a terrible South Park joke where they go, the Catholic vote.
That's actually even better.
Oh no.
They all had a past from which they were desperately trying to escape because we have to let...
these guys are so tortured and complex, you guys.
we have to let you readers know how tortured and complex they are, rather than you seeing it.
Through their actions and subtle changes of mood.
When Sally Acorn created the Freedom Fighters, she was no more than 12.
12.
Most of current members of the militia were no older than 18.
No, don't do this, boys, please.
The eldest were under 25. Amy and Tails were the youngest. They were children, not childs anymore.
Yes, not childs anymore. I learned it's not childs anymore, and hopefully we will never see childs ever again in this story. He said, hopefully.
Bye-bye, childs. We knew you well. Please come back soon. Orphans.
But, no, there is this character from The Thing called Childs.
I know. Orphans of the war against the Eggman Empire. Victims of one man's ambitions and will to destroy, and basically the only hope of an entire nation. It was quite a wait.
Actually, 2 entire nations at this point.
It was quite a wait indeed. I like
that was surprisingly nonchalant considering the gravitas you were trying to build.
Yeah, it's like as if you went, I give up. For the next few minutes, a soft, low cry could be heard from the room of the cursed young fiery cat known as Blaze.
Oh my god.
What?
She was crying tears of blood.
No, she was crying tears of flames.
All victims, all unwilling heroes, all cursed.
Okay, so Blaze's characterization is a tad inconsistent. She's tough, sarcastic, and pun-tastic a minute, and the next, she's the most emo, self-pitying wreck
it's like
that anyone could ever be.
It's like you're trying to say that she's using all the puns and all the tough exterior to cover up her dark feelings of the past.
No, I'm just bad at writing at this stage.
PMS power!
No, none of that.
Anyway, finish reading.
Yes, I finished it. So,
so now
next
it's
one.
my turn again.
All victims, all unwilling heroes, all cursed. Have you read that?
Yes, I did.
Yes.
I said it with all cursed.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You did.
Then it's my turn then.
Oh, that's right. You get turns. Wait a minute, didn't you start us off?
You started us off, actually,
Yeah,
Ross. Oh, wait,
yeah,
no.
my-
Madhog started. Wait, no, I'm trying to... Oh, yes, you
I
started off
did the
because...
first bold texted thing
Yes,
at the
you
very
did.
top. I haven't done anything since.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you're right about that. So why don't you take the reins of this sleigh of misfortune?
Well, because surely you've healed by now.
I'm fine. Okay. He was tired. Not physically, but mentally. Yeah, I know you're feeling, buddy. How could you blame him for that? He was reading this thing.
You're reaching a bit there.
I thought it was
He
amusing.
wanted to sleep.
He wanted to sleep, or perchance to dream.
Or perhaps to awake from this nightmare that his life was. Oh my god.
Oh, man.
Soundtrack provided by Linkin Park.
And,
Well, still better soundtrack than Simple Plan, that's for sure.
and inconsistent art style by the people who made Downfall.
But found himself incapable of. This girl in front of him was his responsibility. You know, you just have one night when you're drunk and, 9 months later, you get responsibility.
You know, Ross, I noticed that your repertoire of jokes is really growing thin by the second.
Yeah, I know, I'm
Not
kind of
much.
stretching.
Yeah,
here.
there's not much ham anymore.
A lot of things cross his mind over the past few hours. Feelings of guilt, hate, sorrow, even denial.
So he's having the 5 stages of grief in scrambled order?
Yeah, in the wrong order.
And just a few hours. Huh. Then, his head started to trick him.
We wants the girl. No, we are goods. We wants to have the girl for ourselves.
I was more thinking Tails' brain was looking at a magic trick and suddenly, where'd the rabbit go?
Saying it was everyone else's fault. Well, it was one other person's fault.
It was everyone's fault.
Scientist.
Well, it was kind of his fault too.
It was everyone's fault.
But myself. That seems like the Vince Russo mentality.
It was Amy and Blaze's fault for not telling him immediately how many robots they smashed. It was Espio's fault because he was standing there the entire time and did absolutely nothing.
But I thought
he also wasn't wise enough with those damn cameras.
But I thought he just did.
It was the leader's fault for not being here when he was needed. And finally, this female, this plant, if she didn't conduct it.
Conducted?
Carry on! This is
She
funny!
didn't conduct it.
Carry on, please!
Okay.
Please say it!
If she didn't...
Come on, Ross! Ross!
I got nothing right now, guys.
No, say it!
What do you want me to say? I'm completely lost.
Read it! If she didn't conduct it!
If she didn't conducted those SWAT bots in the forest...
Yes! Yes, she's conducting him with the musical!
If she wasn't here in the first place, maybe his parents... No! He couldn't allow such thoughts. He
couldn't allow anyone to go... if more people joined it...
Someone conducting a SWAT bot orchestra.
More
I don't want to allow those thoughts either, so I can't believe it, buddy.
It's the Mickey Mouse band, musical band from the 1930. They are playing in the field, and then a tornado comes around. And all the SWAT bots.
To Merry Melodies, the SWAT bot orchestra.
No, it's not. No, Merry Melodies was Warner Bros.
But they did some episodes where basically they did have a song number or two for some reason.
Yeah, I recall those.
If more SWAT bots come in, then the song will get better.
And the SWAT bot comes in and it changes the tempo. Basically.
It was a rational, calm mind. Because 8-year-olds are known for their rationality and ability to put their emotions aside.
But you see, Ross, but don't you remember? He was born sane and quiet.
Oh, you know what? It's his magic tail. I forgot.
Chaos!
The loss of his family was tragic, but he was a soldier. So essentially, this is the guy from Parasite.
Carry on, please, before something gets started.
A very young one, but still a soldier. Sosuke Sagara. No one got that. Okay. He couldn't blame the others for the past events, especially the sweet, innocent girl. Sensation in my pants again.
No!
Well, it does say, here's that sensation again in brackets, right after that. So...
Ross, you didn't need to make the joke! The joke says itself!
Yes, I know. Or the other FF cups, his only family.
Oh boy.
Okay. Lost in his thoughts for a few seconds, Tails didn't notice a very interesting development to the situation. his guest was finally awake.
Oh, gotta hide my things. Not specifying what they are, just so people can go crazy.
Mm-hmm. She was set on the bed, staring at him in silence.
This seems like the ending scene from Monster, come to think of it.
One could say admiration. Trying to memorize every single element on his face and bot. Really?
Oh, no! No! No!
So she's imprinting.
No!
Madhog's left. Ross, we can leave now.
No!
I think we switch over to my fiction.
What should we say about it? Shall we just go and,
I will just continue.
Yes!
The face of the hero.
Yes!
Yet.
Yes!
and
The
that-
face of
no.
someone who suffered a lot. Just like her.
Okay, so, where are you guys?
we
This
just
girl had a gift. A curse, in her opinion. That she had since her birth.
there's a common theme here to do with birth and gifts and curses.
No one,
Yes.
does anything that makes them important. They all were just born with it.
Well, you remember the whole spiel about evolution and natural selection?
Yes, we do.
Why do you think they are born that way?
Because you're again trying to make the Sonic version of the X-Men.
Well, in practicality, yes, but in theory, it's because they are like nature's answer to the environment changing.
Uh-huh.
She could read a person's soul through this very person's eyes.
Okay, now seriously, where are you right now? I'm after that outburst.
I just said that line, so I'm towards the end of the "she sat there on the bed" paragraph.
Oh yeah, when she memorized every single element of his face and body. Oh no!
Yeah, she
no.
looks at him like as if, oh my gosh, all that acne, ew.
Don't you guys see? She wants to memorize every element of both his face and his body.
Uh-huh.
Of course.
That's why I...
We know. We know you,
Yeah.
Madhog.
We're trying to dance around this, honestly. Because
Yeah.
I've only made enough sexual innuendos, and that one was just too obvious even for me.
Okay, so those weren't the eyes.
She could read a person's soul through this very person's eyes.
That's an
Was
extremely
black
vague...
and charred and disturbed, much like, I don't know, my own, really. That is what she was trying to do. She felt lost in his deep blue eyes. So beautiful in her opinion, and yet so painful. You really should consider writing erotica, Madhog.
No, honestly, let me just say, erotica as a literature genre does not work because due to the very nature of pornography and eroticism, if you just read about it instead of seeing it, you cannot take it seriously. It always sounds like something that's unintentionally hilarious, especially if you read it out loud.
And yet those
That-
books still move off of shelves
I know.
extremely fast.
But that's the one reason why 50 Shades of Grey is actually hilarious.
Anyway. And there was something behind them that she was missing. His
Yes.
deepest hidden feelings. She couldn't reach them, nor she wouldn't.
Oh,
Okay,
glad she actually can respect that privacy on his feelings.
it seems to me that she's already invading a lot of his private space with this soul-searching shenanigans.
Yes, especially his
Pretty much,
eyes.
she's like, it's like, I look through your eyes, and I know everything about you now.
Yeah, it's basically that. This extremely, extremely vague convenient power that she has that's used for basically instantly recognizing a threat.
Just like the Beta Zeds from Star Trek.
You know, the fact that all of her threats were robots up until now makes it extremely easy to know what's a threat.
Yes, but some of the enemies won't be robot.
Some of the enemies won't be robot.
So
They
he
will not,
says.
but
Okay, so...
for the first time, the Kitsune was able to look in her eyes. Her gorgeous, amazing azure eyes, similar to his own. He was speechless.
Shall we go on a 101 lesson on how to write Resident Evil romances?
I think I'm doing fine, thank you.
You pass with flying colours.
Christ.
For
For the next few awkward moments.
which was Ross just now.
Each other without saying a word.
Oh my god, Childs is back!
Almost in fear of ruining such a moment.
Oh god, this is giving me a case of the...
Diabetes.
Yes, this is giving me a case of the diabetes.
Oh gosh.
Dear God, we're only doing one chapter today. This thing goes on forever. Finally, Tails decided to break the ice with the hammer and spike he had in his hand the entire time.
Which he borrowed from Amy, because she wasn't going to use it tonight. Oh yeah, Matty did the voice of Tails.
Okay, so are we rolling for Tails' voice?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Tails.
Okay.
Because it's...
I think it's going to be Cosmo.
Oh! No, wait, I want to be Cosmo.
Okay,
And who's going to be Tails?
I'll be Tails then.
Okay?
Hey, hi! Are you...
Damn you!
Are you... okay?
Asked the Volpine.
Again with the AI! Freaking AI, it's a thing now.
She didn't respond it. She didn't respond it at all.
Oh no, we need to give her CPR! Kiss of life! Pump the chest!
She was still losted in his eyes.
She's not responding! She's unconscious still! You know, you had this bad wound but you're safe now.
Just going to talk in a very positive manner, giving off good vibes. We're just here to use the bathroom.
I'm totally not blaming you for the death of my house. I mean, my parents.
She acknowledged his voice this time. And by that, I mean she abruptly came out of her trance, almost shocked.
At this height, you'd seen... Oh, wait, that's...
Now the Fox Kit. What? Okay.
Yes?
That's redundant, but okay. Was a little taken aback by her reaction, but didn't lost his will.
Well, apparently he did lost his grammar.
I was gonna say, actually. My name is Miles Prower. Do you understand me? Do you speak
She nodded.
English?
At least she knew his own language.
Language?
Yes. No, Ross just
Ross, do
read
you
it
know
wrong.
language?
Yes,
I
that's
do
what
not.
was
I know
about to say.
fairy. Do you
By the
know
way-
fairy?
What?
Do you know fairy? Do you know how to speak fairy?
I
Do
met
you know how to speak human?
I'm taking lessons.
Ross.
Anyway.
Ross, I'm gonna say, I've seen a few fairies in my time, and some even pooped out jewels.
Sweet.
Anyway, Cosmo nodded and did.
What happened to you?
What are the news about you?
She tried to say something, but found it impossible. The words were frozen in her throat.
She can't let it go.
Oh,
Oh no.
That's how you do a Frozen joke. Differently.
Okay, Ross, are you doing something?
No?
I can hear you. Yeah, remember that I can
I'm
hear
not
you.
doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Another SBO?
Thought Tails.
Maybe she's just shy. Perhaps she never met someone different from her. I can quite understand that. Let's proceed for steps, Dan. Let's proceed for steps, as in the musical band.
No, it's like, let's proceed by degree.
I don't get. All I'm getting is right now is everybody clap your hands, get up and dance.
Well, it's appropriate. After all, she was conducting a group of Stratbots before.
We're gonna dance all night now.
Oh,
What-
man.
what-
Woo! All night long, baby! Woo!
What's your name?
Again, she tried to answer, but all that came out was a series of noises, like...
Hi, that's okay. No rush.
That's definitely not okay.
Hi, that's okay. No rush. Relax.
Hi, hi,
You-
hi. Na, na,
Na,
na,
na,
na,
na,
na.
na. You will tell me when you feel like okay.
When you feel like it should be, but okay, I guess.
When you feel
You
like
put her-
I don't know.
He put a hand on her shoulder.
Oh, touch.
Remember,
And
kids, the
look again in her beautiful eyes. He acted so reassuring.
Compared to
She felt
acting,
good and protected.
I was gonna say
Reassured.
compared to actually being
Protected.
sincere.
Reassured, protected. That was something she desperately needed. She relaxed and smiled.
This is starting to sound like one of those moe visual novels.
It kinda does.
The very defenseless girl that gets herself attached to the protective, father-esque figure of the male love interest, which is supposed to be the self-insert for the gamer.
And then they usually fuck. Maybe a chapter later.
Yes. No, that's not the case here.
And
They
shoujo
are,
manga, of course.
after all, they are childs.
Also, this
Oh,
can be
that
found in.
doesn't stop Japan from writing this type of stuff.
Well, Japan is not writing this. I am.
Yeah, Madhog
You were
Japan's
obsessed
right in
with
this.
Japan at the time, and as you said, in a very dark place.
Different kinds of dark places.
Sure.
I will take this.
Popeye, shut up.
Okay, carry
Being
on.
able to make her smile was a great relief for the kid. Being able to make her smile was a great relief for the kid.
Apparently it was so, Ross, apparently it was so good, you needed to read it a second time.
I can't help but
No, I
think of,
wanted to make sure I read it correctly.
and I can't help but think of Duke Nukem at this point.
And somehow his heart reacted to this wonderful feeling.
I know, okay, his art is all like, I know, right? No, say no more.
Say no more.
Yeah.
As I said before, you are safe now. You are in the Freedom Fighters base.
She couldn't believe it. She actually made it. She was on the verge of tears.
And Ross used to be on the verge of burping, but now no more. There you go.
Indeed.
Cosmo
That
Bird.
was my reaction to that line. That was all the commentary that was needed.
Okay, carry
Maybe if you stop gorging yourself with snacks for 1 second, that wouldn't happen.
Tails noticed this. And, as the loving and caring person that he was, he hugged her.
Bad touch! Bad touch! Bad touch! Stranger danger! Sonic says that's no good!
Yeah, all the alarms going off here.
She hugged him back as well.
Oh, never mind then.
Ah, girl, she's hugging us! The boys inside his brain suddenly running everywhere.
Effect was another thing that she desperately needed. I assume he meant affection, but...
Yes, he meant affection. I am over here.
But yeah, this is still really creepy. She let herself go at this point.
No!
Oh,
No!
That's a very bad time to have that moment. I think we might need a few lessons.
Oh, God.
I hope we don't need to bring up that cartoon animation from Japan about potty training.
She cried softly on his shoulder. Gee, I wonder why. Emotions of fear and relief were encased in her tears.
Which encased is not spelt properly. It's got the I-N cased instead of the E-N cased.
Yes.
I'm being
the
pedantic.
bully caressed gently the back of her head. Now he knew for sure what he had to do.
She let herself go.
He's gonna do it. Okay.
You know, Madhog,
What?
you wrote this.
I know. Aren't I a genius?
Don't you feel much
I
closer
hope
to
that
each other
you
now,
feel
guys?
ashamed of yourself.
Why would I feel ashamed when this horrible thing is bringing so much joy to the ones who are reading it?
Yeah, we'll go for joy.
Don't you feel much closer to each other now than ever before, as friends?
Yeah.
Hey, hi!
Come on, let's have a hug.
No, stranger danger, bad touch. Sonic says that's no good.
No matter the risks, no matter the danger, he would protect this innocent being. He would kill himself before letting that Madhog before letting that Madhog ever write this again. Oh boy, that was a hot slip.
Ross, best joke.
I am crying tears of flames.
Yes.
Oh God.
He would kill himself before letting that Eggman freak to lie one single finger on her. He spoke softly at her ear.
Your ear is so beautiful.
Okay, guys, this was my attempt at writing a cute romance between kids like Miyazaki would, but that's how it ended up instead.
So, does Cosmo actually have ears?
She does, actually.
Okay, I did not recall seeing him on her character design, but whatever.
Okay, dialogue. No one is going to hurt you. I will protect you. I promise.
She cried even more and reinforced her embrace. She was happy to know that.
Okay, okay, player, you just unlocked a flag event. Now you can go on a date with your chosen girl
and play a terrible Candy Crush game. Okay, let's start over.
Guys, one at a time. I could not understand your individual jokes.
Ross, you
I
go
was
first.
just bringing up that internet meme where you have like the image that says "Rape Ayumi, don't rape Ayumi."
And I was
and now I regret ever asking you.
And I was making a classy joke saying that about when you said they go on a date. I said the classy joke of and play really crappy version of Candy Crush.
Oh, Unipop. Yeah, that's a really classy joke. Good for you.
Are you happy you
Hey,
heard
my
our
opinion
joke?
does this entire thing. Can you blame me?
Are you happy you heard our jokes now, Madhog?
Ross, please say that thing again about me.
He would kill himself before letting that Madhog freak lie one single finger on this fan fiction.
It was so much funny the first time.
Yeah. What? What?
Titanic.
Titanic?
Titanic.
Your name's Titanic?
My name is Bird vs. Camel.
Excuse me?
My name is my name is Cosmo.
Cosmo. That's a beautiful name.
And then Neil deGrasse comes in the room and explains the wonderful things about the universe.
I was gonna go with Saint Seiya here, but whatever.
Oh yeah, please say it.
My cosmos is ready to explode.
Oh, and Cosmo says, "Oh my."
Anyway,
Okay.
you go mad.
Thanks, Miles.
By the way, he's really exaggerating that. He didn't write that many.
No, I'm just,
To his
making
credit.
fun. Yes, I'm making fun of the whole situation, because what else can I do?
Anyway, I have to act cool now. My friends call me Tails. Since we are friends now, just call me Tails.
Only friends?
Friend zoned!
All of that,
Oh no!
yes, all of that only to achieve friend status. I'm sorry, but it's game over, player. You have to
Game
restart.
Well, what did I do wrong? Was it grabbing her as soon as she woke up?
Friends?
Yep.
Okay. Thank you. Titanic. Tails.
You're welcome.
They stood there for another 15 minutes without saying another word.
While Tails is just posed like...
Okay, no, I love this. This is the creepypasta style of writing. You say the precise number of minutes and seconds that passes in between events.
Yeah, I can imagine now.
One crying, the other consoling.
I can imagine now Tails just standing there for 15 minutes, hands clenched and on his hips, like trying to look all cool, his chest puffed out and just standing there like, how long should I be standing like looking cool for? Carry on, Ross.
Two suffering souls that found strength in each other.
Were you listening to Nightwish when you wrote this part?
I don't even know what Nightwish is.
Heavy
Two
metal operatic
unique
band.
individuals.
I did not listen to operatic heavy metal at the time, but I did listen to Rob Zombie.
Okay.
Christ.
I know, right?
Okay, there's a paragraph break here.
Alright, so I guess that's my turn now.
Gus, it's your turn to shine.
Okay, I would just...
That's the final wall of text.
I would like to point out one thing. You cannot say that this story doesn't have variety in terms of its horribleness. I mean, chapter 1 is all an exposition dump. Chapter 2, we're introduced to really, really awkward little characters and accidental yaoi moments and dead houses. And chapter 3, it's all awkward preteen romances that are absolutely, undisputably creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Tween porn!
Mm.
I think Ross had too much.
Below tween porn.
Yes, they are below the 10 years of age. That's even worse.
Okay, let's carry on.
This is about as awkward as that public domain Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer's cartoon in which Santa Claus says, "Rudolph, I need you." So, anyway, after a while, Sally Acorn called back. The were already reunited in the room, even Tails and Cosmo.
My cosmos is about to.
You said that
You said already!
Amy Rose, as the naturally happy and caring person that she was, when she's not being obnoxious, befriended with the new girl almost immediately.
Literally.
Even though she was the one who called her alien and thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Also, I just love.
Consistency!
Also, I just love you said immediately, so it's like literally immediately. Hi, we're friends now. Thanks. Bye.
Well, she is Pinkie Pie, it seems. So
Flipping a
yeah.
switch.
What?
It's like flipping a switch.
The friend switch.
Yes, maybe. Okay, maybe she has the.
Bipolar?
Yes, maybe she has a bipolar disorder.
Okay, let's carry on.
She had the honor to introduce to her the whole group. Cosmo, however, remained shy all the time and saluted the others without saying anything.
Huh, oddly militaristic of her.
Espio was fine with that.
Yeah, he was fine with her saluting. He's like, I'm happy with
Was it a
how.
one finger salute?
Now, Espio was fine about Cosmo keeping to herself.
I like that she saluted me. Very militaristic.
So,
I respect that.
Yes, saluted the others. I couldn't say just greet or say hello. No, saluted.
Salute!
I love that she keeps to her archetype.
Blaze was a little insecure about this girl.
It made her have funny feelings and question her sexuality.
I thought she already had that.
You know, considering how the relationship evolves in this story, you will have your opportunity to make that joke.
Oh god.
After all, they knew nothing about her kind or her provenience. Provenience?
What the heck is this word?
Provenience! I'm trying to think here. I know what I meant at the time, but I don't know how to properly spell it in my mind.
Convenience?
No,
Providence?
where does she come from?
Oh, origins.
No, not origins.
It's a cinnamon then. Okay.
And
If you had a convenience store, I would live with you.
And the fact that she wasn't exactly talkative only improved her suspicions. What is this?
She leveled up in suspicion stat.
What is this?
She put 3 more points into suspicion.
But then... wait. But then... She noticed Tails' eyes when he looked over Cosmo. And then he looked away. He looked so bright and alive. So innocent.
Compared to when his parents died.
Just like kids of his age were supposed to be.
Uh-huh.
I know. She understood what was going on and sighed. If the boy trusted her, then she could trust her too.
That's right. 8-year-olds are naturally great judges of character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is a special task force made of kids, basically. So, go figure. Where are all the adults?
You'd think you'd have someone adult overseeing this. Let me guess, the leader's also a kid, just to completely wrap this into a nice bow.
Well, Sally Acorn is the leader, technically.
Oh, that's the leader. Okay.
Oh, wait, no, she
Not
is
that leader.
No, she's the overall leader and founder. No, the leader of this group,
Will
it's
come
yet to
up
be...
soon.
Yes, he'll come up soon, at the end of the next chapter, to be specific.
Okay.
Okay, then. When the magnetic and serious face, the magnetic face of Sally Acorn met Cosmos.
That's right, metal just sticks to her.
I am Sally Acorn, master of magnet.
The younger girl started shaking, obviously a little worried about those inquisitive eyes, and grabbed Tails' arm tightly in search of protection. Tails reassured her.
Wait, so I thought her leg was like severely mauled. Now she's just up and walking around without any complete type of notice of this.
Hey, didn't you remember she had a heel turn?
Oh.
Don't worry, Cosmo. She's my friend too. I trust her with my life. She's not gonna hurt you.
And
You also trusted her with your parents' and house's life.
Even if she wanted to hurt you, she would be physically incapable of doing so, since she's on the other side of a TV screen.
Maybe she doesn't know what a television screen is.
That, and every time that she tries to move anywhere, her head gets stuck to a metal object, and she needs 3 to 4 people to free her.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Okay, let's carry on.
See, I've had some decent jokes this time.
Yes. Yes. When my story is able to provide them. The only thing she let me know was her name.
Wait.
You skipped ahead.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
The last sentence had a positive effect.
Oh, okay, then I skipped quite a lot, actually. The last sentence had a positive effect in both the girls' heart.
Both the girls'
what?
heart.
Because Cosmo
shared one heart, didn't you know?
Cosmo felt immediately reassured. She clearly trusted the kitsune with all of herself. And Sally cried internally, deeply moved by the kid's considerations toward her. Yeah, let's just leave it at that. The squirrel gave a long, good look at the plant girl and concluded one thing. She was multitasking, You see, she was... No, you see, she was multitasking. She was doing something else while looking at that.
Yup, that girl has my heart too.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this for you. Concluded one thing. I wonder if I can plant her in my garden, and will I win the garden show?
B minus.
Oh.
I've never seen someone like her in my life, and it's you.
I've never seen someone like her in my life, and I've been everywhere.
No, wait, it's me! Oh, damn it! This is getting confusing.
It's almost like you wrote it that way!
I have never seen someone like her in my entire life, and I've been everywhere.
Yup. She is unique and one of a kind, and she shares my heart.
This she already tell you where she came from?
What? Princess, did you have a brain aneurysm all of a sudden?
I'm going to assume that was a moment that a wrench strew into her head from across the room.
Oh god. Oh god.
The only thing she let me know was her name. But give me some time, and she will eventually tell me more.
Why is more
do you like me in the red thong or the black
No,
thong?
Ross!
No, I am confused as to why the word more as the capitalized M.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
Tell me more! Like the Ryback.
Tell me more, never to come again. So I'm thinking of that Picard song.
Tell me more, ain't nothing but a heartache.
I like that song, actually.
Well, not the song, but the music video was pretty cool. I think.
Anyway, let's carry on.
That's the problem, Miles. We don't have so much time. Just 6 days. Wait, is it a day passed already? Oh yes, it technically did. It's just 6 days before a possible Ragnarok-like scenario.
They have Ragnarok.
Because they know all of the Norse mythology.
Yes.
Yeah, because Earth and Mobius, and I think they would have researched human culture at least.
Honestly, I just say Ragnarok here because Ragnarok sounds pretty damn cool as a word.
Well,
It does, yes.
Well, Fantasy 8 used that word Ragnarok for an airship. Do you think that was cool?
I don't think Final Fantasy knows what Ragnarok even means.
I don't know. Final Fantasy likes to reference lots of
They
things.
like to reference Norse mythology a lot, actually.
Christian cosmology even more.
Anyway,
Yes.
Okay, Blaze is next. Speaking of which, did your spy contact you?
Asked Blaze. Of course he did. He's waiting on a protected line. You may want to hear from he first and... Oh God! I just remembered right now who this character is.
Okay, let's see it.
Oh God! This will eventually lead to one of the worst things I put in these stories.
Okay, let's continue to see it.
With that said, Espio moved on the secondary line, and he did.
And he did!
And the image that appeared on the screen was scary enough to cause Cosmo to faint.
Cosmo?
The Kitsune cried his preoccupation.
What?
His job! He cried his job!
Oh man.
He
No.
cried like he was distracted.
No,
Cosmo!
it's a preoccupation, not an occupation. The bar.
I know, I'm just being silly.
Hey, I still have that effect on ladies, said Sally Acorn's personal infiltrated spy. Sir Charles Hedgehog, or Uncle Chuck, as Sally used to call him.
Wait, so you took Uncle Chuck but not Sonic.
It's complicated. That's what his Facebook status says. It's complicated.
Let's see.
Was the Acorns family?
Hell, at that point, you might as well have used one of the fucking, like, siblings from Sonic Underground.
Who says I don't?
Oh, Lord.
This is gonna be wonderful.
Was the Acorns family closest friend and counselor. He and Maximilian grew up together, and he was there when Sally came to this world. Came to this world, as
opposed to the other worlds.
Hey, better this world than Discworld, I always say.
Oh, so clever, so droll. Ross doesn't get it, obviously.
I have not played Discworld, so...
Well, you know it's a literary series before it's an horrible PC game.
I'm aware.
His life, just like any others, went through a twist. Went through a Shyamalan when Eggman started his demented plots 10 years ago today. Unlike the others, however, Chaos had other plans for his future. And before you say anything, you know what I mean by Chaos now.
Yes.
Chaos was like, I'll have him gather the chows, and then the Chaos Emeralds, and then I will be perfect!
I was gonna say, no! How could you do this, Chaos? I wanted to watch Fresh Prince.
What?
I'm just, how the fate's against him. Never mind. Anyway, carry on.
Uncle Chuck and his family happened to live in the Green Hill Zone.
Of course they would.
The first level.
the very first place that Eggman's badniks attacked.
Of course it would.
Which is technically true.
Yeah, I guess.
It was a massacre. People were burnt alive or shot at the spot.
Wow, Sonic 1 was really more violent than I remembered last I played it.
And why do they keep going back to the Green Hill Zone? Christ.
Even Chuck's family found death, fire, explosions! Except for his youngest nephew, which somehow escaped and disappeared for good. I wonder who could that be?
Yes, and he disappeared for good. It's like as if you're trying to write him out.
Armadillo.
No, he's dead. Some of the just Ross, just get over it.
Oh,
He's
I know
dead.
I know who it is. It's Ray the Squirrel.
He is not in this story.
What? All right, Knack the Weasel.
No, Bark the Polar Bear?
Guys, since you're bringing this up, there is a Fang the Sniper in this story.
Yes!
Yay!
I call him Fang, not Knack, because Fang is much cooler.
Well, yeah.
And it's his Japanese name, so...
Yes, also
I
that.
guess.
And there is that polar bear guy, but it's mostly a cameo.
Uh-huh.
How about Bean the Dynamite?
Also a cameo.
Alright.
But as far as Fang
But
goes...
Mighty is dead.
Yes.
Being the Dynamite makes it into the fic, but Mighty is dead.
I don't particularly care about Mighty.
Because Bean exploded Mighty. There.
And like I said, they are just cameos, background characters, basically. Except for Fang, he has a major role, but that will only happen in the second story.
Oh my lord.
Christ.
Oh. Just so you know, heads up, Fang might be the best/worst thing about this entire saga.
Okay.
Anyway. Where was I? Fire, death, explosions, escaped,
Disappeared for good. Some of the inhabitants.
Some of the inhabitants were captured alive, including the light blue hedgehog, and became the first prisoners of the so-called Eggman Empire. And then, the first lab experiments.
Ooh.
It's not a very well-known thing. As a matter of fact, it's considered no more than a legend, mostly because the confirmation of such rumor could very well result in a massive, uncontrollable hysteria of all the world's population. For this reason, both Gunn and the militia wanted these voices to remain just voices.
Voices to remain voices. That can still be heard, apparently.
One thing was sure, though. If Sir Charles and the others that were captured in that tragic day would know what the good old doctor had in store for them, they certainly would have killed themselves instead. And on that happy note, the thing about badniks is that these animal-like robots required a full living organism, little animals usually, in order to function. The only problem was that the little animal's life length wasn't really high. What? The little animal's life
wasn't really high.
Life length.
Unlike the creator when he was writing this.
Okay, not only the life as a length, now it goes high too.
It's long and high.
Dr. Eggman, what's the life length?
Oh, it's still...
Is it high?
You know what? It's still better than the live stream. Little animal's life length wasn't really high, and the bots would have stopped working once their main source of power would die.
It's almost like using small woodling animals as a power source is really a kind of terrible idea in the long run.
But that's why he changed tactics. And that's when a brilliant idea came in the doctor's deranged mind. Instead of putting living beings into machines, turning living beings in machines.
Oh my gosh, it's roboticizer.
By the way, I should point out, in is in caps locks.
Machine.
Yes. On that tragic day, Sir Charles Hedgehog and the other unlucky subjects were the very first victims of the most ominous instrument of pain ever known by man, or Mobian. The really silly named roboticizer.
It's canon.
I know, that's why it's here.
But nostalgia tells me I should love this name.
The roboticizer!
Oh, yes,
You know,
the roboticizer.
honestly, as goofy as it is, it's still kind of intimidating.
Yes, it was.
After all, it is the most ominous instrument of pain ever known by man, or Mobian.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Well, it takes living beings and turns them into mindless machines. That's horrible.
Yes, it is.
Since it was just a prototype at the time, most of the unwilling subjects died. But not without going through a lot of unbearable pain.
I'm the narrator. I'm sadistic to tell you this.
In the end, Chuck was the only one who was capable to survive the robotization process. At least physically. He was Eggman's first success with this new technology. The creation of mindless mechanical slaves from living things would have, indeed, incremented the production of war machines for his army at absolutely no cost. Really? Wow. And it was,
So you mean that the turning flesh into metal costs absolutely nothing, nor there's no energy needed to run this machine?
well, have you ever wondered where all the metal that turns people into robots actually come from?
No.
Honestly, no, I never thought that.
Well, neither did I. So there you go.
Okay,
I did not think it at the time until like an Archie comic literally brought out the fact that his most recent robots were made to have cheap foreign parts. So it's like, wait, they're built? What?
And it was sadistically fun too.
Fun for all the family.
Fun for all the mad scientists and narrators, apparently. Luckily, the first prototype of the roboticizer wasn't perfect, and Chuck's mind was somehow capable of escaping the numbness of the mechanical hibernation.
You know, that makes even less sense when you think about it, honestly.
Yeah.
Well,
Because, like, the animal's brain is, like, completely gone at that point, so should any remnants of the personality, if you're going with the fact it literally turns them into a robot.
well, you know, in the
But
manga,
here I am bringing logic.
Well,
I know, this is something that happens in the animated series, I'm aware, but...
well, I was going to reference the manga Alita, in which at some point, people from the city of Salem find out that their brains have been substituted by microchips that replicate their own personalities and emotions.
Oh, I'm aware of Alita. I actually have a good portion of the manga.
Me too.
Great
re-
story.
Yes, up until a certain point, that is.
Okay.
Well, anything that runs that long is bound to degrade with time.
And yet, Berserk is still pretty good.
Yeah, that's because the writer makes maybe a chapter a year at this point.
Can we carry on, please?
Yes, the rest went out pretty well, thanks to his current position inside the very heart of the Empire, the former city-state of Mobotropolis, which I need to remind you it's that. The now metallic blue hedgehog became a spy and was able to inform the militia and the council about Eggman's main schemes. It was also thanks to him that the FF, along with Gion, were able to momentarily stop the advance of the Mad Dog's army and free some of the cities. So he is a useful spy.
A
So
linchpin in
here's
all
my
this.
question. If he is the only robot that seems to have any type of personality or is inquisitive at all, why hasn't he been like found out immediately?
For the same reason he has not been found out in the cartoon.
Because it was just a kid's cartoon and they did not put that much thought into the writing at the time?
Well, aren't you smart tonight, Ross?
A
No,
little.
he hides.
He hides a bit, yes, but at that point, Eggman knew that he was a traitor anyway, essentially.
Well, that's a thing that will come up at some point. And now, his help was required more than ever. The roboticized hedgehog was standing in the computer screen from his hidden sub-base in the Empire's capital. His red eyes were staring at the little fainted plant girl in Tails' arms.
Okay, Chuck.
So it's true. A new life form.
The ultimate life form.
We'll get to that. That's amazing! Anyway, tell her that I'm sorry when she awake.
When she will awake.
On the outside, Chuck was smiling. Wait.
How could Chuck smile if he's a robot?
On the outside, Chuck was smiling as he usually does. On the
How can a robot? How
can
can
he smile?
He's a robot now.
Well, he was able to smile in the cartoon.
Again, because of poor writing.
And it's one of the best written cartoons of the 90s. Anyway, Chuck was smiling, and as he usually does. On the inside, instead, things were different. He knew he was different. Oh boy, it wasn't his fault, of course, but he knew that his appearance would have always caused such a reaction on other people. That was the tragedy of his life. A tragedy.
Okay, here's the world's smallest violin playing.
A tragedy that he would have to deal with alone. He didn't tell anybody about this, but there was another reason of why he became a spy. He didn't want to leave the Eggman Nation. He understood that the outside world would have never accepted him as a real living person. They would have always pointed at him, persecuted him, hated him, and he didn't want that. Okay? Maybe... Maybe it was cowardice, maybe a stoical sacrifice. No one is really bound to know.
Until you find out his gutting backstory where it was just one kid who called him a tin can.
Yeah, that sounds like the level of writing displayed in the season finale of My Little Pony so far. So yeah, that's, that good call. Really. Oh boy. The good old doctor is up to something all right. It's been a full month now that he's working on something. Something that will bring death and destruction anywhere in this blasted planet. That's what he said. He is paraphrasing.
Yes, he's not actually saying what he really feels about the planet.
That's what he said. Unfortunately, I still don't know what that would be. It's a secret that he's keeping for himself, and that's the scary part. He usually loves to brag.
That's right, he loves to brag to all of his non-sentient, robots.
He does that, actually.
Yes, I remember doing that. Okay, Amy.
It must be a deadly serious thing, then. Oh, I bet.
And
Eggman's thing is deadly serious.
And the
Pray
dialogue...
that you're never introduced to it.
And the dialogue line of the night goes to...
Amy! Congratulations, Ross. How do you feel about being Amy in this role?
So she's basically Captain Obvious. I need a second character eventually, guys, you know.
You will get the occasion. the chance.
Okay.
Anyway, I drank a bit of water.
Muttered.
Oh, God. Muttered Amy, not quite under her breath. He called it Project Doomsday. Sounds familiar?
That shall kill Superman!
Well, it's not exactly the same thing as the cartoon. Despite the obviously unoriginality of the project...
Despised the obviously unoriginality.
I think Madhog here just wanted to say, I don't like this name. It's so odd.
I used it, but I think this name is stupid, guys.
I think it was supposed to be despite, but okay. Despite the obviously unoriginality of the project's name, it was still capable of sending shivers through the Mobian spines.
Like, that was such bad taste naming it that. Ugh.
Oh, I can't believe he went for that one. Even TV Tropes doesn't touch that.
Ragnarok, hell, I came up with a better name than he did, off the top of my head.
Yes, that must be the reason.
TV Tropes won't even touch that.
Anyway. Whew. I'll try to gain more information about it, but...
Information?
Oh, man! I'll try to gain more info about it, but I can't do too much, but I can't do too much, apparently. As for your plant problem, Tails didn't quite like how the old Robohog... What?
Robohog.
Robohog!
That sounds like Robocop, except...
So that's going to be, the robotic version of Madhog. It's gonna be like a robotic dwarf that, kills anyone that talks about its beard.
Well, Ross, did I ever tell
And writes
you...
a terrible thing.
Did I ever tell you where Madhog comes from originally?
Yes, you've told me.
Okay. Robohog... Oh my god. You're under arrest, creep.
You're under arrest for watching that movie, creep.
It was made by Michael Bay. You should know better.
I'll buy that for $1.
That is a class 4 felony.
Carry on, please.
That's you, creep. Old Robohog was referring to Cosmo, which was still out cold. It's a darn mess indeed, it is. A darn tooting app-tooey. I'll hack Eggman's computer systems in search of something useful. It's pretty obvious that you can't give the girl back to the old fatty, but only because he's a sadistic psychopath who loves to torture innocent living beings just for fun. But also because the kid seems to be pretty damn important to him, and anything that could be useful to him could be dangerous to us, I reckon.
I wonder if Cosmo is somehow the key to the Doomsday.
I wonder.
She's not, actually. It's actually a different project of his.
Alright, then, if you say
so
so.
I was...
Project Greenpeace.
Project Death by Plant. Project The Happening.
Oh yeah, at least I reference Dominion Tank Police. I rarely get to do that.
Okay.
Tank Police.
Carry
Feel
on.
the power that we got.
God.
Tank Police. That's awesome. Anyway, Uncle Chuck's reasoning was flawless as usual, I reckon.
Very well, Sir Charles. Thank you.
Said politely, Tails. Said politely, comma, Tails.
That was a very weird pause.
Yeah.
With that said, the screen left Chuck's frequency and returned to Sally's.
And she was still stuck to her screen.
No, she was still talking. She never stopped. Unfortunately, the council is yet to make a decision. So, for now, you'll have to babysit the little girl. Uh-oh, hijinks ensue.
Uh-huh. So, I guess you're referring to Amy, right?
No, Cosmo. But yeah, close enough. At Sally's words, the young fox cub's face lightened a bit. He actually wanted to look for Cosmo.
She's right there!
I got lost Cosmo, you guys! Where is she? She's in your arms, Tails. Where is she?
Oh boy. Wait. Miles? Can I talk to you for a moment in your...
that's my line. Oh, no, that is Sally. Never mind.
In your private line?
All the jokes!
Asked
So
Sally.
they're going to start sexting, huh?
No. Tails sighed. Sure, Amy, will you put Cosmo in her bed?
You mean my bed?
Fine, put her in my bed, in my room.
She says, you mean my bed? And he says, fine, put her in my bed, in my room. Which
Aw, how cute of you!
is absolutely inappropriate, giggled Amy.
Just do it, for chaos's sake.
Yes, by the way, hi Chaos, how are you doing today?
Wait.
Like,
Oh my god, I wrote it! And she did!
Was this like a short... Was this a shortcut for you?
Yes!
Do we need a
This
counter...
deserves a Bretts.
Did this...
Stop eating, Ross!
Is this like a counter now for this thing?
I hope not.
And they did.
And they did, and he did, and he did, and Espio nodded, and he did, too.
Wait, so that means we need a and he did and a she did counters to see who wins.
I am not going to start a counter, guys.
Okay, carry on.
After that, Tails exited the base. Which is technically not incorrect, but it still sounds weird. Set on.
Set on!
More like sat. Should have been sat, not set. Sat on an old log and switched on is WC, which is wrist communicator in brackets.
Oh, he sat on the captain's
This
log
looks like
and
his
switched on the toilet. This is so wrong.
Well, he did set on the law.
Maybe they have outhouses. An holographic image of Sally Acorn materialized.
No, all the bad.
Yes,
That's
Star
like
Wars.
he uses in his room later.
Yes, okay, so holographic image, so cue Star Wars reference here.
Also, all the bad imagery I'm having.
Just talking to Sally on the toilet.
While he's
Like, hi guys.
while he sat on the captain's log.
No, guys, don't you see? The holographic image is coming out of the WC.
While he sat on it. No. This is so wrong.
Well, that's pretty much the leitmotif of this entire story. Okay. Tails, honey, how are you? I missed you so much.
How's your sex life?
No.
Said the true Sally Acorn. What? Oh, I see what I did there.
Yes, I see what you did there instantly, and it's not very clever.
No.
No, because for a second I thought, wait, the previous one was a robot?
Right. It's a fake!
Will the real Sally please stand up?
Will
Please
true
stand up.
Sally
Please
Acorn
stand up.
please stand up? Please stand up. Because I'm the real Sally. Yes, I'm the real Sally.
Okay. When in public, the former squirrel princess was forced to show strength and determination! Yes! Along with subtle diplomatic manners. Subtle diplomatic manners. But for the few people that happen to intimately know her, oh, God! Oh! It's like I'm baiting myself.
I like it that Ross keeps laughing because it puts a smile on my face when he laughs.
Sally,
Continue.
yes, I'm trying. Sally was a caring and emotional person.
But only for those that she was intimate with.
Obviously. And Tails for her was more than a friend or a hero. Let me finish!
Oh my!
Let me finish! He was considered as a family member. He was her little brother. Sometimes he loved him even as a mother would do. Okay? We established that, okay?
Okay, Tails. From now on,
Like
I'll be the one. I'll be the one telling you to wear clean underwear.
But she wasn't. There were no doubts about it, and she knew it. I'm so sorry. I wish I could be there for you.
Don't worry, Sally. You are an important person, and your people needs you.
Your people needs you.
She's an alien. She has to go home to her people.
I must go now. My planet needs me.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I can actually see why he has to talk with her on the toilet.
Not to mention, I say needs instead of need.
Yeah. Anyway.
In truth, the little kid wanted so badly for her to be there in that moment that
While he's on the toilet.
I regret coming up with that joke, honestly.
Oh.
That he was barely able to contain his tears. Sally noticed this. Tails, honey, I promise that as soon as I get a free moment, I'll rush over there and hug you to death.
You don't kill him! That's not gonna help!
No, he's your best soldier!
I'll hug you to death. Death by hugs. Death by hugging. That's amazing.
And the funny thing
While
is...
on the toilet.
And don't even try to fake the role of the macho.
And,
I know you wanted to.
and,
I know you wanted to.
and the funny thing is, Tails died with a smile on his face.
Perhaps Sally was a little too in your face sometimes, but she was right. He wanted to be hugged. He wanted to be consoled. He wanted his mom and his dad and his house too, but...
Yes.
I think we bit that joke to the ground and burned it.
And now it's a flaming dead joke.
Yes, that's why I said it.
Okay. It's come full circle, really.
Yes.
He wanted so bad to be himself. A child.
Yeah, you did not write Tails as a child at all in this thing, but I digress.
I know, but that's because they never had a chance to be one.
I'll wait for you, Sally. Thanks.
Thank you for that.
No problem.
Shall I reread that?
Yes, please.
I'll wait for you, Sally. Thanks.
What about that girl?
Cheating on me?
At this, the kid seemed a little surprised.
What do you mean?
Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O. You care for her, don't you?
Well, of course I do. I'm a freedom fighters.
I'm a freedom fighters. There's more than me.
Freedom fighters.
I protect who needs to be protected.
Because of my two tails, I'm considered two people.
Plus, she's a friend.
Sally smiled. Her little... Her...
What?
Oh, the noise you just made. Her little brother was discovering a whole new feeling. Why does everybody jump to conclusions here, including you guys?
I'm not doing anything.
She couldn't help but giggle. Then she became serious once again. I'm serious about coming there and be with and be with, comma, Tails, comma. I want you to know that.
Uh-huh.
So she wants to be with a guy called Tails that is not him.
Yup. Feels like I always wanted to date a guy named Tails, but not this Tails. I'm waiting for the right one.
I know.
I love you, Tails.
Not
As
the
a
one
sister.
hot Tails. The other Tails that she's imagining in her mind that will one day come to her.
He weakly... Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's my job.
Sorry.
He weakly smiled back at her and then switched off his comm.
He finished dropping a log, then went out.
I hate you sometimes.
I hate you too.
Their conversations were usually short, but unforgettable nonetheless.
He
Yes,
thought
that was
them
so
every
unforgettable,
night.
that conversation.
Yes, they always happen on the toilet, so how could you forget that?
Well, yeah, because he has to hide the true Sally Acorn in there.
Will the true Sally Acorn please stand up?
And
Please
get out
stand
of the
up.
toilet.
The kitsune headed back to the base. While doing do... While doing do, he muttered something under his breath.
I
Something...
thought he had just done do.
Stop it. Something that he always wanted to say to Sally, but for a reason or the other was always shy about it. A very simple yet complicated words.
By the way, you said number 4.
I'm starting to lose my field of vision.
Yay!
4 very simple yet complicated words that perfectly expressed his feeling towards his big sister / surrogate mother.
Choose one and stick with it.
I love you too, sis.
That was me.
Apparently he went with sis.
I love you too, sis.
And done! It started raining.
God dang it!
And that's the end of the chapter.
By the way, we've been going on for 2 hours and 12 minutes.
Wow, it took so long to read one chapter with 3 people, and yet when we were 5, we breezed through it. Maybe they're just getting longer.
What?
Yeah,
what?
I think this chapter was substantially longer than the other ones.
We might have to consider not going to the next one.
No,
Yeah, we're not gonna be able to do 2 chapters tonight, dear lord.
yeah, I think we will do the next chapter the next time when we have more people. And stop eating! Ross!
Madhog, you don't get it. This is his leitmotif of this recording session.
Do you even know what a leitmotif is?
I'm going
It's
to...
delicious
It's
bread.
a delicious leitmotif. Oh, I love this. I just love this. Shall we picture this moment where Madhog just stares Ross through his eyes and burns an image of himself into him just to show how his big disdain for Ross eating in the picture?
Are you still recording?
Yes.
Then please allow this to be recorded for posterity.
Yes.
Sure.
Ross,
Yes.
you're a poopy head.
Am I stupid and smell like poop?
Yes, you do.
Well, you will not laser me, punk.
I'm afraid it's too late for that. I already lasered you with my words, sucker!
Then I died, but I didn't die because I died.
Okay. Now we are digressing into an even more nonsensical fanfiction than this. So let's just stop it here and continue next time when more people will no doubt be present. Hopefully.
Or we could start my story, whichever.
Yes, we will at some point, but now is not the time.
Good night, everybody, and take care of yourselves.
And whatever you do,
Don't
remember,
let Ross eat.
because
Berries are not permitted to eat here.
because he did.
Nom, nom.
Good night.
Good night.